Welcome back to the Kitchen Table Wargaming Battle Report. As you can see today, this is going to be Drukhari versus Drukhari. This is the first time I've ever seen another Drukhari army and had a chance to play against them, so I'm pretty excited about this. Nathan's going to be hosting this, so we're actually going to live stream this game as well, so it'll be on Heroic Scale Gamers. You'll probably, if you do the Twitch, you'll see that before you see this, so haha, how you like that? This is going to be my Warlord. This is the Succubus with Razor Flails. And he also has a Succubus with Razor Flails who is the Warlord. She's not as pretty looking as this one right now, so he wanted to use the pretty one. And we'll come back in just a second to show you all the armies, talk through all the details. Just know right now, his Drukhari is going to run about as differently from mine as you could. Which is going to make this game really interesting and really fun to play. So, get ready, buckle up, and enjoy the show. Alright folks, here's the list. Nathan's bringing Drukhari Triple Patrol, as is the way for most people these days. And as you're seeing and looking while I'm panning across this, there's a lot of Venoms. There are only 2 Raiders. This list is completely different from your typical list. But I say typical. You can make whatever you want with Drukhari, which is probably part of the fun. So we'll start with the easy stuff. We've got a squad in here with green hair. These are Red Grief. There's witches in there for Red Grief. You've got the Succubus with a Triptych Whip. She is Red Grief. That is a patrol. You have another patrol, orange-haired ladies back here. These are the Cult of Strife. You got the Razor Flail Succubus in there. She's kicking around with, she has precision blows. Which one does she have?
She's got the
or does
whip.
she?
She's got the whipping thing, but she's got the relic whip.
Yeah, it's just the relic whip, no warlord traits for her.
Her warlord trait actually is from the Red Grief, which means she has basically transhuman built in.
Oh, yes, that's a cool one. All right, so that's most of the list, and there's a squad of Incubi thrown into one of those 2 patrols. Then you've got the third patrol. This is wild. So he's running a Cabal. It's a custom Cabal. So you've got the, what was it called? It was Mobile Raiders for plus 2 inches on movement. And all of these Venoms are in the Mobile Raiders, this Cabal. And then Merciless Razorkin gives his, the shooting is exploding hits on 6s for any splinter weaponry. So all the Venoms have a splinter cannon and twin splinter rifles. So all of a sudden, all of these can get a lot more shots in with their poison weapons, right? Pretty cool. Then all these blue-haired witches, these are all 5 witch squads. All of these are 5 witch squads. And they're all running, the blue-haired ones are in this patrol, along with the Scourge, and along with 2 squads of Incubi, and the Archon. He has Ancient Evil.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's it for him. Is the Succubus also with the blue hair? Yep.
And she is the dancing one there.
She's got the dancing, the extra warlord trait. Or not warlord trait, but the Master Succubus, right? Yep. So she consolidates out 6.
And she has the Chardonnay
Impaler.
Yep. And she's carrying the Relic Grenade.
She has the Relic Grenade, the Animus Vitae. All of that, with the Scourge also having infantry keyword, provides 8 transports. It's pretty wild. And I forgot which 2 the Raiders went into, but they're there. The 3 over here that have Grizzly trophies on them have Grizzly trophies on them, and you can guess who rides in those. So this whole list right here, 2,000 points, super fun, super different. There's not a lot of people just running the mess out of Witch Cult right now, and this will be a really cool matchup. It's going to be very different from what I play, so I'm excited. This is going to be a great game. We'll be back in a second to take a look at my Drukhari. And here we are with my Drukhari list. This is the one I took to a tournament last weekend. It was loads of fun. I made one small modification for today's game, but Nathan's getting ready to go to another big tournament, and so I thought this would be a fun opportunity to test his tournament style list against mine. So I have the Prophets of Flesh. I've got Mr. Homunculus with Vexator Mask, so I can make somebody fight last, and you cannot overwatch, which was a big deal in the tournament, I might add. 2 squads of Racks, nothing added to them. They're just there looking pretty. And that's it for the Prophets of Flesh. They're there. Oh, and Drazhar rides around in there because why not? It doesn't really matter. Then next up, I've got Cult of Strife. Also the Restricted, if you want to specify that, because people like to know. I have 10 Witches with More Veins Agoniser. And then I have 10 Blood Brides with Agoniser, Shardnet, and 1 Razor Flail thrown in there because why not? The Master Succubus, she's my warlord right here. She has the razor flails. I'm still going to run competitive edge. Nathan and I had a big discussion, and he's running his with precision blows, which he loves, and I love the competitive edge. So I'm curious to see today if I end up feeling like the loser when this is all said and done, because he'll ignore my 4 of invols. Yeah, good times. Well, as long as he rolls 6s to hit. I don't roll enough 6s to hit for me to be real tempted for that yet, but it's saucy. That is all of that. Then I have my Archon. He's a Master Archon. He is going to have Ancient Evil today, but I am still giving him the Gin Blade and a Blast Pistol. And yes, he is the Vizark model to be, technically correct. And there's 3 squads of 5 Cavalite Warriors back there. Each of them has a blaster, and then the rest have Splinter Rifles. You got the 3 squads of Incubi, and Drazhar the Master of Blades. These are all in the Black Heart patrol that I have. So that also opens up 6 raiders for me, all with Dark Lances, and 2 Ravagers with a triple disintegrator cannons. So what's going to be fun about this game, both of us built lists with AdMech in mind, with various ways to handle, deal with, shut down, compete, try not to die turn 1 against AdMech. So I think it'll be kind of fun to see how the 2 lists face off against each other. And again, I've never got to play against Drukhari, so I'm super excited about this. So there's the list. We'll be back shortly with deployment zones, mission, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We rolled up mission number 12. It is Scorched Earth. You've got 3 objectives kind of on one edge of the board, 3 objectives on the other edge of the board. You deploy on the long sides. As you can see, I've deployed in such a way as all of my raiders and things are kind of out of line of sight, sort of, but we both have super fast armies, so this is really just kind of a farce, but it makes me feel better. Nathan did the same thing, except he's also in the same situation where his stuff is all hidden, but is it really? We're Drukhari. I don't think anything ever stays hidden. And here we have it. So we've got, obviously, nobody's on the ground. I do have 1 unit of racks on the ground right now, outside of the line of sight at the moment, but that's it. And this video today, this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be live streamed. So the live stream just kicked off. So if you hear us pause or stop or say funny things on my recordings, that's because we're multitasking. Check out Heroic Scale Gamers on Twitch or YouTube for more battle reports. Hoping to get some more games in with him before the summer ends, and then hopefully we'll continue to do some after that as well. And that's it. We've done our deployments. We have objectives picked. I have chosen to do Assassinate, Stranglehold, Raise Banners. He has Assassinate, Rod, and Engage. Bit of funny echo back there. I don't know if you could hear that. And that's it. So we're ready for the live roll-off to see who's going to go first.
With that said, everyone, thank you for hopping on the channel this morning. I have got, it's Kitchen Table Wargaming's here with me today. He just got done doing his intro, so unlike normal, we're going to kind of do it in reverse. We're going to do the roll-off, so he gets it on camera, I get it on camera, and then we'll go through our normal projections of that. With that, here we go.
Yes, sir. He threw a 3 at me. I answer you, sir, with a mighty 1. That's probably not good.
This is going to
be fantabulous. So, folks, buckle up. We'll be back. His Drukhari, turn 1, coming up in a second. Well, guys, Nathan went first, as you saw. He tried his little shenanigan, and it worked. It's fantastic. Witches piled out of this venom over here, and then they advanced, and they were all right up here, along with this venom. This venom moved normally. This raider moved normally. Those 2 venoms stayed back, kind of tucked into the shadows there. Over on this side, this one has the Master Succubus. It moved forward normally. There were some Cult of Strife witches there. They had made a big advance up to here. They still needed a big charge. It was a 9-inch charge, but they get a +1 for being Cult of Strife if nothing's engaged. Then these 2 venoms moved up. The raider over there moved forward. So the 2 raiders took shots into this Ravager here. So this Ravager is now down to 4 wounds remaining because I failed 1 save against him. Then lots of splinter shots, lots of splinter cannons and rifles came into this raider that was in the building. Took it down to 3 wounds. I was pretty impressed with that because it's just tickling away. And then after this guy shot, he spent the 2 command points to be never stationary, moved up his 6 inches, and got within range to throw the silly grenade of Animus Vitae, which is the relic that Succubus has. It causes everybody to move up 1 in the power from pain chart. So everybody that advanced all across the board on this side, all got to advance and then charge. It's pretty cool. This is the thing that he was really hoping to do, and it was nice. He did do another mortal wound on my raider with that, which is cool, you know, that's nice, but it's really the advance and charge turn 1 that's super saucy. That one did not charge me. The Cult of Strife got beat up by these 3 raiders. I killed him down to the last one, and he paid to keep her there. And then on this side, my 3 raiders over here managed to take 1 witch out of this squad and 1 witch out of this squad. He finally found his 4-ups, is what happened there. Yeah, that's it. So he engaged on all of the fronts, as you can see, because he's everywhere across the board. And he did also complete the rod action. Back there inside that building, there's a little squad. Haha, there they are. And they're also on the objective. How quaint. So, that's the end of his turn. It means it is now going to be my turn. Drukhari of mine, turn 1, next. End of the turn for my Drukhari. We got out here, homunculus, Rax. We came in, we killed 2 more witches over there. Didn't kill all of them because poison weapons, not the greatest thing against witches, ironically. My incubi got out over here, and we were able to pick up the witches that had charged here, and I took wounds. I put wounds onto the venom. The venom hit me back because it has a wound left and hurt my Clavex. Very, very sad. So now these guys are free, so we'll have to do some more charge shenanigans to tie these up again. I did shoot into this venom here, took down to 2 wounds. I shot this venom, and I popped it with 1 shot from the Dark Lance after spending the command point to fall back and shoot with his raider. He had a Succubus inside. He rolled a 1. She died. It died. That made me happy. It was great. Small victories. I'm taking what I can get right now. The Rax came around, charged into this witch over here, and barely killed her. Only got 1 wound through. Again, poison weapons against witches is kind of funny. 4 of invul saves. It is what it is. Then over here, the Ravager and the various things that were free to shoot shot in and killed the venom there. Nobody died getting out of that one. I moved this raider over here. So it's on a point, you know, it's there. It's going to get shot. Hopefully the witches will get out and do something before they die, but we'll see. And that's that. So I didn't get to Stranglehold because he got first turn, and that was a bit of a problem. But I took care of some witches. Still got 2 left over here. No morale to take for them. And that's it. That's the end of my turn. I picked up 3 for Assassinate because his Succubus tripped on her feet and died in the explosion of her venom. Yeah, it was terrific.
That's a win. That's
a
win.
I got 3 points, so that's it. I couldn't raise any banners, and I couldn't do anything else. So his turn 1, going first, I mean, yeah, it hurts. But we'll come back. We'll be back. Well, we're back, folks. Nathan's Drukhari have had their turn. He decided to go ahead and just start putting some pressure on early and getting up in my grill. So these witches got out of the raider that was back there. They came all the way this direction, and they completed the retrieval of Octaria's data. This venom just fell back a little bit. What he was doing was calculating that if I get out of here in my transport, I can advance and charge that venom and everything inside it if I really wish to, or I can deal with the stuff that he put right in front of me. So it seems more likely I'm going to deal with the stuff there. So this is a calculated decision, and I would get out 3 and move 10, so I get to about here. I can advance and charge, which is going to leave me on an iffy charge if I go that direction. So that was a good play. That raider's empty, just touching onto the point, so it is contested. The combat here, these guys charged in. 1 dude swung up into my Ravager and killed it, and it did not explode. I was so sad. The explosion would have been amazing to maybe pick up a couple of dudes here. This poor raider hasn't been able to do anything in combat, so I did no damage back to them. And this is his Archon making my boys fight last, and they just died pretty fast, which is not shocking. This little venom, he sprung forward. Somebody plinked a shot at him, or he failed to save from the combat. I don't remember what. So we did take a wound on that Ravager. I took a wound off of the venom, but it's not dead yet, so he's kind of tying up that Ravager there. My incubi are fine because this venom fell back. The shooting was really an interesting turn. All of this flank right here, except for the raider. The raider shot into my Ravager, I think, that didn't die because it refuses to die. But all of this shooting came into my Rax and killed 2. No, it killed
4.
You killed 4. Had one guy left. Did you shoot and kill the last guy before you charged? Because I feel everybody
I killed
died.
all 5. No, I shot all
did.
5.
It just took 3 venoms and the witches inside those venoms and that raider back there. It took all of that to kill the 5 racks. That's what it was. It just took a lot to chew through them. Then I have my homunculus here. So the incubi charge in, the venom charges in, tagging the boat and the homunculus. The homunculus actually managed to survive. He did lightning fast on him because I made them fight last. He tried to make me fight last with tormentors and actually failed it. So
5.
yeah, so my boat and my homunculus I assumed would be able to pick up a couple of these guys. He spent lightning fast reactions on the incubi, which saved one for sure, because my Ichor injector that hits on a 2 failed to hit. I rolled a 2. So no mortal wound there. And then all of his stuff, like I rolled 4 wounds, I think. But they were all 1s and 2s. So a poison weapon. It's like, great, good. They're T3. Can't touch them. My Raider also whiffed on him. It was really embarrassing. I mean, he, now, to his credit, with the transhuman that we get, the incubi were only wounding on 4s. He saved all but 2, I think. It was like the last 2 wounds on his feel no pains that he failed. If he had made 2 more feel no pains out of the
He was good.
8 wounds that he took, he would have survived that, which, to both our surprise, like both of us were just like, haha, let's just roll these, and oh my gosh. So that was cool. But he is dead. So Nathan picked up Assassinate on that. So at the end of his turn, he got Assassinate. He got another retrieval of Octeria's data from the ladies back there in the corner. And he's engaged again. And I will, again, have basically nothing to score. Except I'll try to get some work done here. But yeah, this is a wild, wild, wild time. So his army's hitting hard first, which is what I expected when he got first turn, and it's cool to see it in action. So he's tied up most of my stuff. He's got things pinned back in corners. It's crazy. It is a really crazy game. But next is my turn. Yes, it's my turn too. We'll see if I can't do a thing. I have some thoughts. I have some ideas. We'll see if they pan out. We'll be back after my turn too. Alrighty, look. Here's what's happened. We've done a whole bunch of things, as many as I could, and you might hear the thunder happening in the background. These Cabalites get out of this raider here. The Archon, Incubi, and the Cabalites piled out. Cabalites shot, killed a witch or 2 here, and then the Incubi that had gotten out had gone as far as they could. They advanced. This is how far they got. I was originally thinking I would charge that Venom, but these witches not being dead to my splinter rifles made me realize their objective secure. They could walk over and just take the objective from me very easily. And I didn't like that idea. So they charged in here. The Incubi picked them up. This was entertaining because both our Archons have Ancient Evil. So I was the charger, so I elected his Incubi to fight last. Then he elected mine to fight last. Then we rolled to see if we could make each other's Archons fight last. We didn't do that. So that was a funky little spot. I mistakenly didn't swing into the Incubi first. I felt like it'd be nice to get an Assassinate with my Archon. And he could fight twice. I didn't choose to do that. Yeah, that was probably a bad call. But he killed 3 of my Incubi. I was able to, with those guys, kill his 5 Incubi. So it ended up working out, I guess. Okay, I should probably take them around for them. I almost forgot about that. That happened there. So their little skulls are sprinkled all around for that. This boat moved forward, not enough to get on the objective, but we were able to shoot and kill that raider. I don't have any more of the boom markers, but it was dead, so I hold that objective. The witches got out of this one, walked up here, we shot and killed a witch inside, and then charged with a 9. It was a plenty big charge, so they got in there, we killed those witches, and took that objective on that side. On this side, spent the command point for this guy to fall back and shoot, so he did some shooting. There's some really good thunder going on. I hope my windows are up. I really don't honestly remember.
Your truck is down a little bit.
Yeah, I think it might be cracked. I've got the little shield thing on the side, so we'll see. We'll see. Over on this side, this boat has Cabalite warriors in it. It moved from the center. It had Drazhar. Drazhar got out, came around here to charge the Incubi. That boat came and landed here, shot and killed these gals. We also shot the blaster into that Venom that had a wound left, and we killed that. Drazhar made the charge. The Succubus came out, made the charge. then we had the whole what is going to hit first debate going on, and where do we start? And I chose to start with those incubi on that side of the board into the witches, which is probably the smart play because they could have done some work on them. My Succubus survived with a single wound left. Drazhar survived with 3 wounds left, but then he piled into this Venom because I didn't need him hanging out in the open getting shot with splinter rifles everywhere. And it did another wound. So he's down to 2, but he's still alive. So they both survived the incubi. Then we killed the incubi with the Succubus. These incubi, this is a lot. This turn took us a while to work through. These incubi were here in the building. They moved forward and advanced, got into range of the raider here. And I had enough bodies on the point, but only if I charged, which is really frustrating. So I had to charge, and then I had to hit the raider, and then I killed the raider. My intent, and I shot it down to 4 wounds, so my intention was to kill it and then charge the witches, and then I could pick up the points that way. And it didn't work because the silly raider wouldn't die. But hey, that's where we end up. So at the end of all of that, that raider died, that Venom died, a raider on the other side died. I managed to get Stranglehold this turn, and then that was kind of about it. So it's kind of a weird turn. I picked up the 3 for Stranglehold, and I can soon begin to raise banners, I think. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of banner points. His first turn, man, it really screwed some stuff up. So there you have it. That is the end of my turn 2. Now we're going to battle round 3, and it's going to get real spicy. So we will be back in just a second for Nathan's Drukhari, turn 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Drukhari, it's all confusing as Nathan's Drukhari, turn 3 has just ended. So here's what he did. He piled out some incubi. They came running up here. They charged into my Cabalite warriors and my raider that was here, but they stayed away from the Archon, so I didn't make them fight last. This Venom flew up after depositing its precious incubi and came around this side, also charged the raider and the Cabalite warriors. Drazhar, he got out, rolled an advance, was enough to clear the barricade, barrier, terrain, piece, what have you, and charge into this raider. And these guys were left alone. Except, who would ever predict this? Drazhar kills this boat. This boat then chooses to explode upon it, everyone around it. So I take 2 wounds off of Drazhar. I only take a wound here for mine. I then killed 2. It did 3 mortal wounds, so he chose the Glaive and another guy. So it takes 2 incubi out. This boat had 3 wounds left. It took 3 mortal wounds. It dies. So he removed my OBSEC. Then by killing my raider, by killing this raider and exploding, I get this raider, I disembark, they take the point back. All is well in the world. The fight lasting was going on. I made him fight last. He made my incubi, no, he made Archon incubi fight last. So he swung in, gets the incubi. I swing with my Archon with the Gin Blade. I get his Archon. Yeah, some pretty craziness. Over here, he moves around in a special way with Scourge and Venoms and shoots and kills the Succubus, shoots and kills Drazhar. He almost survived it, but not quite. This was the comical / I want to cry moment here where he shot 4 pistols into my incubi. He got 2 wounds, and I made 2 1s on my saves. So it killed my injured Glaive, and then it killed another incubi. So I lost 2 to 2 splinter pistol shots. So it was like, why? Why are you doing this, dice? Yes. And then over here we had some charges. Of course, this Venom charges the raider. This Succubus down here with the razor flails, she charges the raider. She has the precision blows, so her 7 attacks become 14 attacks, 6s to wound, do mortals. She had like 6 6s on her wounding throw. So it was just like 12 mortal wounds on the raider, and it only had 4 left, so it was dead. This one, however, did not explode. It actually would have been kind of fun if it had. So that is that. That was a really pretty bizarre turn. That is the end of it. So that turn's over, and I don't really know. It's pretty crazy. So it seems like the army has come over here now. There are things that can be done. I don't know if any of them will work, but we'll give it a go. I will have my turn 3, and then we'll come back. We'll let you know what happens at the end of this. So this has been a really intriguing game. Drukhari versus Drukhari violence is happening all over the place. It's a terrible thing. Call the cops. Somebody help. It is the end of my turn. Turn 3. I managed to kill a single Scourge. This was my downfall. Well, there were a few downfalls. My shooting phase just did not do what I really hoped it would. So shot and killed a couple of witches. There were a couple left. I charged them with my 3 incubi, and I killed 1. Amazing. Or maybe killed 2, but there's only 1 left. It's blowing my mind over here. The 4-up saves came in clutch, and then did not fail morale. I moved these boats forwards to poke into the building to shoot at the witches back there. I killed all but 1. Did they fail morale? No, they did not. I'm so sad. So I had everything worked out. I was going to take this back. I was going to take that back. I left my blood brides in here so that there would be an unpleasant surprise for things that got out on this side. Yeah, I'm super sad. I shot a couple of times at these venoms. Nothing took damage. Nothing exploded. It would have been lovely to get them out and then shoot them with the Ravager and then have to just charge in over there. Didn't happen. It was kind of bonkers. I did manage to clear this side of the board, so I shot and killed the venom. I think that was just the Archon by himself. He rolled a straight up 6 for damage with his blast pistol. And then we shot and killed a couple of incubi. He charged in, killed the last one. Over here, I kind of made a slight boo-boo. It could actually hurt quite a bit. I shot and killed Drazhar. Like, 1 shot from the Raider. And I was like, yeah, that's great, because I get my assassinate. And then I realized, it's bad. These witches don't get to kill him in glorious combat and then get their 4-up invul for a CP. So, whoops. And he does have a lot of splinter-type weaponry that he can pump shots into them with. So, yeah... Shame. So once again, I'm a little disappointed because I only hold... Oh, no, I did hold 3.
Yeah, you just didn't get the 4.
But I didn't hold more than you. Yeah, I thought
you held 3, but not more than me.
Yeah, not more than you. So it's kind of crazy. So, yeah, that one makes me sad. The one back there surviving all the shooting makes me super sad. But again, I split the Ravager shot so I could put some down here to get rid of some Scourge and 2 into there. Shouldn't have done it. I knew better, but I did it anyways. So there you go. That's the end of my turn 3. Here's where we're sitting on points. He's definitely got the edge on me. Oh, I didn't write down your last turn for your primary, and he'll get another 10 this turn. So yeah,
62-32 at the end of the turn.
This is a good one. Him going first, making all the difference in the world in this game. So we'll be back in just a minute for his Drukhari turn 4. Okay, Nathan's Drukhari turn 4 is ended. He got the Succubus back into this venom, or it's a different venom, doesn't matter. She got back into venom. There's still a witch squad and Succubus in this venom. Scourge came up here. They finished the retrieval of Octaria's data, so he actually got that 12 points. And then he put a lot of bodies on this, so it's a pickle. What do I do? How do I fix this? I have ideas, but it's definitely interesting. He came over this direction, shot and killed that incubi with poison weaponry. These witches got out and just waltzed all the way around. They advanced and got on to the point. Did not feel like charging because there's no point. He already owns it. This witch, the survivor of this combat with my incubi, ran all the way back there to get into the engage on all fronts and onto that point. The witch that survived, that was in that back corner, ran back this direction because he needs engage on all fronts. So very well played there. He gets 3 for engaging on all the fronts. This stuff over here, everybody survived. These 2 venoms came from down here. The one that was on 1 wound and the other one inside the building. They both came over here, shot into the building. I went ahead and paid for Hunt from the Shadows to improve my save. I paid for lightning fast reactions, and the net result is I lost 3 of the warriors. They saved. They did not fail the morale. He then charged in to try to get rid of them, and my 2 warriors that survived punched a venom to death because they're bosses like that. That extra attack for the Cabalite warriors that everybody giggled about when GW was announcing it, it made up for itself. It did a thing. That's it. So here we go, folks. I'm going into my turn 4. It's getting pretty quick. Plays have to be made, shenanigans have to happen, and a lot of things need to go right instead of going wrong. We'll be back in just a minute for my Drukhari turn 4. It is the end of my Drukhari turn. Here's what has happened. We got Blood Brides out. We came over here. We tied up and then killed the Scourge that were left and then consolidated into this Venom. that has people in it. Theoretically, it can't fly away now because I can potentially hold it with the shard net. We'll see. Who knows if he even wants to. I didn't do anything to this one. I did shoot into the venoms and nothing happened. My dark lances were just being real spicy today. I was able to shoot and kill 4 out of the 5 witches with this gunboat, and then he failed his charge. And that one I was able to finally kill with a raider, punching it in the face. The Catalites got out, moved all the way to that edge to be out of line of sight, and then shot and killed the witch. Over here, the Archon did his magnificent shooting, and then he saved it on a 5-up Night Shield. I was disappointed because he's already killed a Venom with 1 shot today, and I was hoping for 2. Then he came in and killed it in combat, because why not? And then it exploded, because why not? Did a mortal wound upon my Archon. These boys were just outside of 3 inches away, so they survived that. These guys are raising a banner because, yeah, these witches, we came forward, we had a nice big discussion, and Nathan pointed out that if I just had them raise the banner and then use the raider back there to shoot and or charge his one witch, I'd shut down the engage on all fronts, get their banner point, and even if I didn't, they wouldn't be able to, or he wouldn't be able to steal the banner from me. It was very good advice. I like that. So we did that. The raider shot the witch point blank in the face with a dark lance, and then it saved it, so it didn't matter. On a 6, right? Yeah, you had to roll a 6 to save it. Then I managed to kill it in combat, so finally got the witch. So I killed the witch in both quarters, and then this objective over here. So I'm sitting on all the objectives. Really, what it boils down to is this. There's 5 witches and 2 succubi in there. So that's a lot of punch, but it might not be enough punch to, like, really screw up plans. We'll have to see. So we'll be back in a minute. Nathan's got all kinds of things going. I can see the wheels turning. We'll be back for Drukhari. Nathan's Drukhari turn 5, battle round 5. Alright, Nathan's Drukhari turn 5 has ended. Succubi got out of their respective transports over here, rolled a fairly significant advance roll to get up to around this area, and then they charged on into my Archon after the Venom shot him and did nothing. So the Venom and the 2 Succubi came in. I made his Razor Flails fight last because Precision Blows ignores my cool Shadowfield save. Didn't matter. Triptych Whip, my very first roll on the Shadowfield was a 1. Because why not? So he died. That's the end of his story. Cool, fun, hurrah, huzzah. So he's done, got another 3 Assassinate. He was able to fall back because I rolled a 3, he rolled a 4. You have to beat them to keep them in a tie, so his Venom was able to escape. I know I have a minus, he gets a -1, but he still tied me, so it didn't matter. So his Venom moved its full distance to get just on the other side of the board edge over there to get him engaged for 2 more points. And these ladies here shot and killed 1 more witch. And I hastily spent for them, I meant to spend it at the end of the last turn, for them to have the 4+ and 4-up invulnerable save after killing something in combat. I forgot to do it, so I did it quickly here. It didn't make any difference. I rolled a 1 to save, and then I didn't have the CP to lightning fast over here, which I don't know if it would have mattered, might not have mattered at all. But that's how the cookie crumbles. So now it is going to be my turn. Last turn, we'll see if I can do something crazy. I do get primary, but I have a small chance to be able to pull off some other shenanigans now. So we'll see what happens. We'll be back in a minute for the Drukhari, for my Drukhari, turn 5. It's done. These witches survived because I wanted to go ahead and raise a banner over here, so I didn't charge them. My Blood Brides got out and did like 2 things, but they did score points with their 2 things they did. This Venom survived because none of my Dark Lances could wound. I needed a 3. I rolled 1s and 2s. Raise the banners back there. Raise the banners right here. Already had banners raised over there. These witches left the building and advanced somewhere into here. Managed to get a 10-inch charge, which becomes an 11. So I made it into combat over here with the Triptych Whip Girl. The Incubi came off of this point, charged, advanced. They ended up over here, made an 8-inch charge around the Venom into the other Succubus. So we took both the Succubi out in combat. We shot at this Venom a whole lot with my other half of my Dark Lances and my Blaster, and I wounded once finally, but then he saved it on a Night Shield. It was a bad, the shooting was just nothing, and all of my Ravager shots went into the Succubus with the Razor Flails business and did nothing. So yeah, oh no, I'm sorry, that actually did take her down to a wound left.
Yes.
But she died in the combat. So that's how it ends up. So we ended up with a bunch of banners raised. I ended up killing all but 2 Venoms and a squad of 5 Witches. So it was a big comeback game. But in the end, this is what matters. Nathan wins by 9 points. It's a wild game. 75 to 84. So thank you very much, sir. I've enjoyed this thoroughly. It's been lots of fun. Switch hands for the
there you go.
the camera there. Thank you very much. This was a lot of fun. It was intriguing to see how the armies would play each other, and you getting the first turn messed me up a little bit there on scoring because banners didn't happen. No, no banners and no stranglehold.
I mean,
for
you
half
still
the
managed,
game.
which you still got a good 6. On
Yeah,
the thing.
I was
if you
thinking
get the
I'd
average
10.
of 12, so you add yourself 6 more points and still get it by 3.
Yeah.
I think that the trick is just me. It's just the way this army is built. I mean, I literally
It was
only
fun.
have 3 units on the table left.
Yeah.
And you still carrying
Still got a lot of boats.
3 Raiders.
Yep.
A Ravenger.
Yep.
Bloodblight.
couple of different-
I mean, you got 2
couple of
10-man
different
bloodbloods.
squads.
So
Yeah.
you've got a ton of models on the table.
There's a lot left. It was really wild. I love it. I am definitely gonna be splitting up at least the regular witches, and maybe I don't do the blood brides anymore because yeah. But that was fun. I mean, this was a cool game. Really intriguing to see how this matched up and how it played out. So thank you, sir. It's been a lot of fun. Kitchen Table Wargaming, we're out. This will be up. Hopefully you guys like and subscribe. Check out Heroic Scale Gamers as well.
Twitch and
They're on Twitch and YouTube. Check them out. More live battle reports. We'll get back together with him and do another one of these. We'll bring something different. Maybe Grey Knights will have a book.
They should.
That's funny. No, not that soon. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nathan. It's been a pleasure.